all. I hear they're polishing off the house full sign as we speak.
Yeah, look, just been renamed to Afterpay Arena yesterday, so this will be the first big event that they're hosting there. So it's an honour, again, as No Limit Boxing, to be holding this event at the newly named Afterpay Arena at Homebush. It is the best arena in the Southern Hemisphere. I reckon it's probably one of the best in the world. So if you've got the chance to get out there on Sunday, get out and be a part of it. Witness history live, be a part of this great show. There is only a handful of tickets left, so get amongst it. If not, like you said, the best place, you can watch it on your phone, you can watch it at home, you can pretend you're looking after the kids down at the park, you can watch it on your phone on KO. It's beautiful. It's the best thing to be able to watch the fights anywhere you want to watch them, so tune in through Main Event, Foxtel KO Sports. That is your promoter, George Rose from No Limit, doing the big sell for us ahead of an historic event that you are going to see live here this Sunday in Sydney. And now it is time to talk to the fighters. And I'll start down at the front table at the very end here with a boxer on professional debut, an Olympian named Tina Rahimi. Tina, the floor is yours. Introduce yourself to Australia and the world.
I'm Tina Rahimi. So, I went to the last Olympics, the 2024 Paris Olympics. Also a Commonwealth Games bronze medalist, 3 times Australian champion. I've been representing Australia all around the world for the last 4 years. And I started boxing a little later than when everyone else did. So I actually started when I was 21 years old, and pretty much got through all these fights. And I'm 30 now, so just a short time that I was able to have these achievements, which it just proves that hard work, anything is possible. And I'm just now ready to make my professional debut on such an amazing card, so yeah.
And Tina will be in the very first of the fights at 9:30 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, taking on Sasha Ryan Dryden. What do you expect out of that fight? What are we going to see if we tune in nice and early on Sunday?
I think a lot of people think that this would be a good fight because of her, of the people that she's fought as well. She's a world title contender. She's an Australasian champ. So, she's not someone who's, just going to come in and have a payday, what I would say. Like, she's got that experience. And, and I know that they're not going to be prepared for me. Like, I feel like she hasn't fought anyone like me. And, we just have to wait and see on Sunday.
All right, thank you. That is Tina Rahimi, who you'll see in the very first of our fights on Sunday. In the second fight, you'll see this man in the centre of the front table. He is Paulo Aokuso, number 13 in the world at light heavyweight. Paulo, always great to see you. What's happening in this fight against Lewis Tejada? Because George Rose has given a big preview about what comes up next potentially.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited for this fight. Lewis is a very tough opponent. He's going to bring out the best of me. And whatever's next after that, I'll take him out too.
What are we going to see in this fight? Because I'm sure everyone in Australia has seen you in action in recent years. Some internationally have had a taste, but what should they expect when they do see you in action?
Just expect a good performance. I'm trying to sell the whole of Australia and America scene too, what I'm about. And, skills will pay the bills.
And your excitement about fighting this fight in a part of Western Sydney that you represent so proudly. Big day for you and plenty of the fighters on this card.
Yeah, 100%. Mount Druitt, as the home of the brave. And, glad to have the boys behind me and backing me and supporting me. And I'm just ready to put on a show.
He will put on a show. That is Sweet Pea, Paulo Aokuso, you'll see in the second of the prelim fights, the headliner of the prelims on Sunday morning when we open the broadcast on Main Event Pay-Per-View at 11 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. You will see this man in action. He is a Commonwealth Games medalist and an Olympian as well. He sits to just the left there of Paulo Aokuso. This is 50 cal Callum Peters, an undefeated professional boxer. Callum, welcome. How excited are you about another big fight week?
I'm super excited. Thank you for No Limit putting me on this amazing card. Biggest in Australia, so I'm very stoked. Thank you for this amazing opportunity. Thank you Flipside Energy, and thank you Caliber for making me look slick with my new watch. Don't want to show off. Oh, Paulo on TV, bro, look. Nah, I'm feeling good. Can't wait getting there. You know, like I feel at home in the ring, so can't wait to show what I can do.
Well, if you hadn't heard from Callum before, now you know him. And when they see you fight, Callum, what are they going to see? Because it's all action all the time. Just explain what you do out there.
Oh, just put on red zone. I'm always in front of you. You've got to always think what to throw next. If you don't think, you're going to make mistakes. When you make mistakes, you're going to get hurt and you're going to get caught. So that's what I do. I make you put in the red zone, make you uncomfortable.
Well, your opponent is Ivan Actis, who we'll speak to very, very shortly. Now, you were pretty forthright with me the last couple of days as to what happens in this fight, specifically how it ends. What are you thinking about that?
Probably early body stoppage. The solar plex or the liver shot, but mainly the liver is the one I'm looking for. I've been training all my life using that shot, and it's a hard shot to come back from because it's all in your mind. Once you take it, like, should I take the knee or should I keep going? Oh, I don't feel good. I'm going to take the knee. Happens. He knows about it, you know about it. I know about it. I've done it before, so it doesn't feel good.
So there we go. It is a liver shot stoppage in the early rounds, the prediction from Callum Peters. We may as well go straight to the undefeated Argentinian Ivan Actis with his translator, Emmy, who is going to help us here. The prediction has been a body shot stoppage. What is his response?
¿Cuál es tu respuesta, Iván? Que él dice que te tiene en el liver, lo va a parar antes.
Me parece que se está equivocado. Acá al frente de él tiene un argentino que trajo los huevos para ganarle a él. Que no se confunda.
He's making a big mistake, and he have here a tough opponent. I'm not coming here to waste my time.
And what does a victory in a fight against Callum Peters mean for him here, fighting outside his home country for the first time?
¿Cómo te sientes peleando fuera de tu país por primera vez?
Mira, yo me siento fuerte, me siento bien, sé que el trabajo que hice, así que acá pusieron un argentino para demostrar de qué está hecho.
I feel good, I feel great, and really looking forward for this.
Does he have a prediction for how this fight ends?
Sorry?
Has he got a prediction?
Any prediction? Una predicción? Predicción de la pelea.
Nada, que va a tener un boxeador que vaya al frente y va a hacer su pelea, un tipo que sabrá él, que ya sabe que me estuvo estudiando, que pego, así que se va a tener que cuidar.
And a boxer that I like to come forward. I've been studying you, and we'll see what's for you.
Okay, thank you. Let's hear it for both Ivan Actis and Callum Peters, who you'll see in our pay-per-view broadcast opener at 11 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Really good fight to follow that one between a glittering veteran of Australian boxing and Showtime Paul Fleming and Ahmad Reda, who is a young star on the rise. I'll start with Paul Fleming. Paul, welcome to you. Plenty of back and forth between you and Ahmad yesterday. Anything that you took out of all of those words being said?
Nah, just all fun and games, eh? We're all here having some fun. And listen, I think Ahmad, he's got to have a little bit of animosity in him. He's got to build up a little bit of something to get himself motivated. But, you know, he want to flap his gums, I'll flap my gums too. And, yeah, let's have some fun, baby.
He's calling you an old man, Paul. How do you feel about that?
I mean, I'm the same age as Usyk. I'm the same age as Loma. So are they old men?
What happens in this fight, Paul? It's a fascinating matchup. A young star on the rise. I know you know a lot about him. You've done rounds before. And you, of course, a veteran who's been there and done that all across the globe. When you sit down and look at this fight, how does it play out?
It's going to be a cracker, that's for sure. I'm never in a boring fight. So, and so far he hasn't been in a boring fight as well. So it's going to be a cracker fight. But I think my experience, he's never been in the ring with someone like me. It's easy to get the wins when you know you're going to beat that guy that's standing in front of you. When you know that guy is coming there to lose. But you know, I'm not coming there to lose. I'm coming there to win. So he's got a different opponent in front of him.
You want to say anything to Ahmad before we throw over to him, Paul, because he's next? You want to give him some words?
Listen, let's get it done, brother. Let's go home happy and healthy to our families, man. I wish you all the best, but you're out of your league, brother. You're out of your league. Let's go.
All right, let's go to Ahmad Reda, who is down the front of the front table there. Ahmad, how are you feeling about this contest on Sunday? A big, big fight for you.
Yeah, I'm feeling great. I'm feeling great. I've had the best prep ever, and yeah, I really can't wait to just get in the ring on Sunday.
You were saying a lot of things to him yesterday. Do you feel that he's passed it? Do you think that he's gone on one fight too many?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, his name's Showtime. If he comes out and he's just a boring fella, it's pretty embarrassing, you know what I mean? You can't name yourself Showtime and be boring. We've got to, hype it up. But look, at the end of the day, talk, no talk, it doesn't really matter, Sunday we're jumping in that ring and he's getting knocked out. So talk, no talk, doesn't really change nothing.
Let's put a wager. Let's put a wager. Yeah, you want to put a wager?
What's that?
You want to put a wager for the fight?
What's that?
A wager. Do you want to bet? Let's put a little bet.
No, I don't bet, mate. I'm Muslim, brother. I don't bet.
Hey, you got a beautiful mullet. I've got a beautiful mullet.
You got a big family, brother?
The loser cuts the mullet. How about that?
All right, look, loser cuts the mullet. I'll take that one.
Okay, let's go. Loser cuts the mullet. Come on. That's better than money.
Hey, man, look.
That's better than money.
I'm prettier than this guy. I've got a better mullet than him. I'm faster than him. I'm stronger than him. How's he going to beat me? How's he going to beat me?
Who said that?
Man,
who's been telling this guy lies?
Too young, too strong.
Come
You're
on,
running
guys.
on old legs.
One-dimensional.
You got no chance, boy.
Let's go.
Bring this energy on Sunday. Let me
You know I bring the energy. When do I not bring the energy?
I don't want to knock you out in front of your kids. I feel bad. I've got a heart.
When do I not bring the energy? When do I not bring the energy?
Bring the energy. That's what I'm saying. Bring it. You know what I mean?
I will.
Hope you train and hope you're fit, brother. Because you got 10 rounds.
Fit. Hey, it's 10 rounds. I only got to win 6, baby. I only got to win 6 of 10 rounds, baby.
I don't want to knock you out.
I got a motive for 6 rounds. Don't worry. I'll beat you for 6 rounds.
Showtime.
Let's go.
Showtime indeed. High stakes as well. One of those exquisite mullets is going to go on Sunday, that fight between Ahmad Reda and Paul Fleming. Time now to head up to the top table to preview the co-main event. And this, of course, is between a former 2-division champion of the world from Philly in the United States, Stephen Fulton, and Queensland's own former 2-time world title challenger in Liam Wilson. I'll start with the Australian Liam Wilson. Liam, some major news that George Rose has just revealed to us that this has gone up to 133 pounds. Your response to that news and these developments that have played out just in the last hour or so?
In terms of the weight, it's not a problem. I've prepared for the best version of Stephen, and I'll fight him at whatever weight it is. So 133, that's what the fight's at, and I'm ready. I've prepared for the best version of him. I hope he's done the same for me.
Are you surprised, though, that this request has come in from Stephen Fulton's team so close to this fight?
To be honest, it's something that's circled in my team, because his last fight was for the world title fight at a division higher than what we're fighting at now. He didn't make weight there, so we kind of expected that there'd be some trouble on the scales. And it's come out now that the fight's at 133. But like I said, it doesn't matter where the weight's at. I'm ready for whoever, wherever, and Sunday it goes down.
Are you disappointed at all that this has taken place so close?
No, I don't care. I don't mind. I'll fight anyone. And like I said, it doesn't matter what weight he's at. Heavyweight, middleweight, super feather, let's get it on.
This is a big fight for you all the same against a glittering opponent from the USA. We know that you've gone there twice and fallen agonisingly short for world titles, but what does this fight represent for your career this Sunday?
Look, as a young kid, I've always imagined myself being in these big fights. And to have a top fighter on my resume like Stephen Fulton, it means the absolute world to me. You know, I can get out of bed for any fight. But this one especially, look, tune in on Sunday and you'll see.
We will see indeed. And now we'll talk to Stephen Fulton, who of course joins us at the other end of this top table. Stephen, thanks so much for joining us here today. Has it been a struggle the last couple of days? We didn't see you at the open workouts yesterday, and now we have this news that we are fighting above the limit.
I'd like to say, before this even came about, like weeks ago, I requested that. But, you know, we're here now, so no need to cry over something that's already done.
So did you arrive in Australia knowing that you weren't going to make super feather?
It wasn't about not going to make it. It was always about it was tough. That's all.
And does that reflect at all, because people will speculate on your preparation, your preparedness for this fight?
No, that don't have nothing to do with me preparing for the fight. I'm still going to be a dog in that ring.
And what are you expecting from your opponent in Liam Wilson, who you've interacted with a little bit in recent days and who I know you've watched extensively in the last few weeks?
I can't hear you. Can you say that again?
What are you expecting from Liam Wilson?
It's just a fight. That's what it's going to be, a fight.
Is there anything special in him, do you think?
No, nothing special.
So with that being said, what are you expecting to happen in this fight? Is this an easy victory for you?
Honestly, I'm just ready to fight. I want to get down and dirty. I want to rumble. I want to fight, because that's what it's going to be. It's going to be a fight.
Liam, your response? He wants to rumble?
Let's rumble. Let's rumble. I'm prepared for whatever, and let's go.
Final words, Stephen?
I don't really have much to say, but thank y'all for coming. Thanks for having me and my team. Thanks to, what's it called? No Limit Boxing, Al Heyman, Luda Cuba. Thanks for having me once again.
All right, let's hear it for a co-main event. That is Stephen Fulton and Liam Wilson. What a fight that promises to be. It is the US versus Australia, and so is your main event. An all-important bout between the former unified welterweight champion of the world from Texas in Errol Spence and Australia's own former world champion, Tim Tszyu. I'll start with the Australian. Tim, big crowd here. Early in your career, you fought in front of crowds smaller than this. How does it feel to be the headline act in a fight week like this?
Yeah, it's a big occasion, you know. I think it's a big occasion for Australia. Australia's got a great boxing history, and we're still growing, and I'm glad to be representing Australia as a nation and going into this fight as an international World Cup type of event. Australia versus US, and yeah, it's a blessing, you know, to be able to do our press conferences here, and the amount of media, the amount of public eyes on this event. It's a real blessing, and yeah, it's great.
And are you feeling the support of the Australian people this week? And does it make you pleased, because we weren't sure initially where this fight would be? Yeah. Does it make you pleased we are here in Sydney?
Oh, 100%. You know, I'm only 20 minutes down the road. The event's going to be 30 minutes drive for me from back home. You know, compared to going all the way to Vegas and the US, it's quite refreshing there. You know, half an hour drive. And yeah, you definitely feel the love from the Aussie public, you know, like even walking out on the street and just going to the local coffee place. A lot of people are intrigued by this fight, from all types of people, from mothers to the old men in the pubs. And this fight brings a lot of, I guess, memories from past and present and the future. So again, I'm blessed to be doing this. I'm blessed to have Australia by my side, and I'm blessed to be doing this right here in Australia in front of my home.
You mentioned that this fight means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. What does this fight mean to you, given your journey in boxing, where you are right now, and who the other guy is?
Yeah, everything, you know, like years ago, I remember watching Errol Spence while I was fighting at like these little venues. Did I ever dream about fighting him at that time? Probably not, you know. I'd be lying if I said I did. But here we are, years later, and I get to do what I've always wanted, you know. And I get to fight a legend that's come to Australia, someone that I know that I have supreme confidence in beating, and get to do it here, of course. It's a blessing.
What have you felt from Errol Spence this week since you've interacted with him here in Sydney? What is the energy that's coming from the other end of the table?
Yeah, look, Errol's Errol. He does his things his own way. I respect what he's done and what he's achieved. But there comes a time in people's journeys where time is enough, and I believe that's the right time to take Errol Spence at this given time. And yeah, he's supremely confident. I can see it. So yeah, it should be a good fight.
Reading between the lines there, do you believe this could be the last fight for Errol Spence?
Well, I'm going to make it. I've trained my hardest, and I'm supremely confident. And of course, it's up to him. But yeah, that is my plan. And like, it's not a personal thing. But yeah, of course, I want to punch him as hard as I can in the face, in the body, every limb. I want to feel in pain. And I do want to make it his last fight, of course.
What makes you so confident you can do that against a man on this level? What is it about your preparation, your mindset, or just who you are?
You know what? Like when you know when the time is right, it's right. You know, when you feel like you got to jump, you jump. And right now, that's exactly how I feel. I feel like this is the perfect timing for a perfect story. You know, like I've had my fails in life and in my career, but I've always been able to bounce back, not take any time off, and keep on grinding and keep on, I don't know, pursuing. You know, I think it's the pursuit of getting something hard. And I think this is the biggest test of my life since a young kid. You know, I've sort of always fought for this certain moment, you know. So every punch, every rep, every push-up, every sit-up I've ever made is going to come out in the next Sunday. And unfortunately, it's Errol Spence that's in the way for him.
Tim, you've had a lot of big fights in the United States and here in Australia as well. Have you ever felt like this ahead of a fight?
No, definitely not. It's a different feeling compared to previous times. I think the calibre again of my opponent. But yeah, I'm dialed in, focused. It doesn't feel like a normal fight. It feels like a Super Bowl type fight, a Super Bowl fight for me. And I hope he's feeling the same thing, because when we collide, it's going to be one heck of a fight for the fans, you know.
And some words, Tim, to the global audience in America and elsewhere across the world who are watching this press conference ahead of this big day of boxing, and also your fans and your team here in Sydney, Australia.
Yeah, I think this fight's created a lot of interest because we've got two styles that are quite, I guess, I wouldn't say similar, but we've got different attributes that come together, and which makes one barn burner of a fight, you know. So again, thank you to my team, thank you to all my partners that are with me, thank you to everyone in Australia, US, and the whole world. And I hope we can make a fight that people will be talking about for years and years to come.
And finally, any words for your opponent, Errol Spence?
Nah, I'll meet him in the centre on Sunday.
That is the Australian, the former world champion in Tim Tszyu, and this is the former unified welterweight champion of the world from Texas, USA, Errol Spence Jr. Errol, it's been so great to have you here in Sydney, Australia this week. How are you feeling so close to what is a monumental fight at this stage of your career?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. Sydney's been great too. Everybody's been nice. It's been beautiful. And I'm happy to be here. I'm ready to put on a great show. And I'd like to thank No Limit too. They've been very welcoming and, you know, haven't been any biases at all.
You've got a fantastic boxing mind, of course. Just tell us what version of Tim Tszyu you think you're getting after what he's been through in recent years, and what version of you we should expect.
I think I'm going to get, you know, the best Tim Tszyu. Tim Tszyu's been training hard. He's extremely focused. You know, I think he knows his back is against the wall, so he got to come with it all, and I'm pretty sure that that's what he's going to do. You know, he stated that he's going to press me, and, you know, he's going to put his will on me. So, you know, as you know, Tim Tszyu, that's the type of guy he is. And me, you're going to see one of the best me. I'm going to put on a great show. I'm going to put on a great performance. I'm focused. I'm ready. Been training hard, and I'm ready to go.
So are you expecting a reckless Tim Tszyu in this fight on Sunday? Do you think he tries to come over there and land something big?
I don't think. I mean, I don't think he's gonna be reckless, but I do think, you know, he's definitely gonna come at me and try to force his will upon me.
He did just say that he plans to stop you in this fight and to end your career, to retire you in this fight. What is your response to that?
I mean, that's what everybody plans to do. I mean, that's the same to me. I can say vice versa. So,
is that your plan?
Definitely. My plan is always to impose my will on my opponent and to beat them up and hopefully stop them. It's not something that I'm overly look for, but it's definitely something that if it's there, I'm definitely going to take it.
You've stood in front of a lot of opponents during your career and got a good read on them. What are you seeing from Tim Tszyu this week and ahead of this fight?
I mean, it's just the usual. I haven't really just been seeing anything because it's fight week. I mean, it's time to wind down and get ready for the fight. So I haven't really seen anything, but, you know, I see his mentality. I mean, his mentality, you know, he's coming, no holds barred. He really coming to the fight. And, you know, he's a product of Australia, so he's coming to defend it.
People are all speculating as to what happens in this fight. Do you feel that you have something to prove to the boxing world in this comeback fight, to look impressive, to beat a guy like this?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a lot of questions out there, you know. How's Errol Spence going to come back? Is he still the same? You know, will he be sharp for a 3-year layoff, things like that. But, you know, I'm ready. I'm focused, been training hard. I feel like there's not really any pressure on me because I'm not looking to prove anything to anybody. I'm looking to prove something to myself that I still have it.
What's going to happen on Sunday, Errol? What are we going to see in this fight?
First of all, you're going to see a very entertaining fight. If you see my fights, you know I'm always in entertaining fights. If you see Tim Tszyu fight, you always know he's an entertaining fight. So it makes for a perfect clash where I do see myself becoming victorious.
And your final words to your fans watching from the United States and globally, all your new friends and fans here in Sydney, Australia as well.
Make sure you tune in. It's going to be a great event from top to bottom. It's going to be I'm going to put on a great show, great performance. Tim is going to come to fight. I'm going to come to fight. And I guarantee you, it's going to end early.
And any final words for your opponent, Tim Tszyu, before we leave?
Nah.
And Errol, we won't get a shake of hands today or even after this fight?
Yeah, maybe after for sure. But nah, not right now. It's wartime.
Okay, well, we might face them off, though, these two main event fighters down at the front. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, that is your main event. It is Errol Spence from the United States against Australia's own Tim Tszyu at the top of this stacked and historic card that you will see live this weekend from Sydney, Australia. For those watching in Australia, 9:30 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, the broadcast will commence on Fox Sports and on KO. Then at 11 a.m. we head over to main event pay-per-view. It all culminates, of course, in the fight between the former unified welterweight champion of the world, Errol Spence Jr., and Australia's own former WBO super welterweight champion of the world, Tim Tszyu. And now it is time to face them off, these two fighters, ahead of boxing history in Sydney this weekend. Let's hear it for Errol, Spence and Tim Tszyu ahead of this massive fight this weekend from Sydney, Australia. Thanks so much for joining us at our official press conference. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you at the weigh-in tomorrow. I'm Ben Damon and I'll see you at the fights.
So plenty to unpack after that face-off. No smiles, no handshakes. We're going to hear from both men again shortly. I've got Sean Porter, Paulie Malignaggi, Danny Green, Pete Bedell with me. And gentlemen, for 2 men that have continually said or build up that this fight is not personal, the emotion, the intensity, the personal jab, Sean, tells us otherwise, doesn't it?
Probably, Danny, at some point it does get personal, right?
Yeah, I mean, you got to get your game face on. We talk about that, right? I mean, I think guys get their game face on as the fight gets closer.
There's no, like, animosity from a standpoint of you did something to my family or anything like that, but at some point, Paulie, you just get to that point where it's like, you're coming from my head, so I have to come from yours.
It's always personal once the bell goes. It's very personal. He's trying to hurt me. It doesn't get any more personal.
Yeah. Have you guys not seen this kind of energy from Tim, you know what I mean?
Look, it's interesting because Tim has said that he hasn't felt this way since Jeff Horn and Tony Harrison. I just wonder with Tim, you know, Tony Harrison brought a lot of fire, that American fire to this fight. And when you think about Fundora, humble guy, you think of Buckram, didn't bring a whole lot either. I wonder, Pete, I wonder if you agree with me on this, that it's just that, you know, the aura of Errol, that's what's really getting under Tim's skin.
It is, and you know, the point that Tim made the other day, he got up for Jeff Horn, that was the first big fight for him. That was a seminal moment in his career where he became the poster boy for Australian boxing, the golden boy. And then he said Tony Harrison, that was his coronation that day when he basically became interim world champion. But boys, you know what I've been interested to hear about all week, even from American people back home, they're riding off Errol Spence, and I can't believe it. Like, I've heard the 50-50 fight. I think this is 60-40 to Spence. He's beaten 7 world champions, including the great Sean Porter.
Don't do that.
135-12 amateur record. This is a genuine superstar, Olympian. I think all the pressure here is on Tim Tszyu because he's on home soil and he's going to get a test that he's never seen before.
I agree with that 100%. I think that the pressure's on him, and I think that's why those juices are flowing the way that it was against Jeff Horn, against Tony Harrison. He's realizing that this is a very pivotal moment for him where he can't afford to drop the ball. And unlike other moments,
I'm going to stop you there for a minute. We're going to hear from Errol Spence now.
The plan after this is to be with my kids, travel. I mean, they got school when I get back August, so I mean, just travel, have fun, and you know, talk with my family and see what's next.
Is there more fights on the horizon?
It could be. It definitely could be.
What's a fight with you and Charlo look like in Dallas? The Battle of Houston versus the Battle of Dallas. You reckon we can get that done?
I don't know. We'll see.
You don't like that fight?
I mean, I'm not ready. You just told me about it.
What are your thoughts on it though? If it was to happen?
It's cool. I mean, I'm the king of Texas, so I mean, I guess.
He said he was.
He can say a lot, but where he sell at venues at?
How's Australia treated you?
Oh, Australia treated me great, man. I love Australia. Australia's been dope. The people in Sydney been real nice. Everybody been treating me real good. At first it was kind of suspicious. I'm like, man, everybody's so nice. Like, why is everybody so nice? You know, America is way different, but everybody's been real nice and warming.
How special was it yesterday in Sydney Harbour? You had Deb, your mum down here, had the kids and all your family. That must be special for you, like as a fighter, to bring your family out to Australia, but be with them in the Sydney Harbour.
Oh, definitely, man. It definitely was special just having my family here and supporting me and being in the harbour with them, man. It's beautiful views, too, because we took a lot of pictures and the background drop was dope.
You thinking about some fishing yesterday in Hunt? There's some big sharks in that harbour.
No, I'm not thinking about fishing right now.
What do you make of Tim saying he's going to end your career and send you into retirement?
I don't make anything of it. I mean, that's what any opponent would say.
You want to do the same to him?
Huh?
Do you want to do the same to him?
I mean, I'm not trying to end a career, but if he decides to stop after, then he decides to stop after. But, you know, I'm looking to punish him for sure.
Errol, you said Tim had his back up against the wall. Does that make for a more dangerous Tim Tszyu?
Say it again?
You mentioned that Tim's fighting this fight with his back against the wall. Does that make for a different and a more dangerous Tim Tszyu?
Of course, his back is his wall, so, you know, he got to fight. So, you know, it definitely makes for a dangerous Tim Tszyu. But Tim Tszyu has always been dangerous.
Why is there no pressure on you in this fight?
Huh?
You said there's no pressure on you in this fight. The pressure's on Tim Tszyu. Why is there no back a little bit?
I didn't say the pressure's on Tim Tszyu. I said there's no pressure on me. I mean, pressure is something you create in your mind. That's the mentality. I don't have any pressure on me. Pressure is people in Haiti eating mud pies to survive. That's a lot of pressure. Pressure is people not having food to eat. That's pressure. This ain't no pressure. I'm gonna make millions of dollars and fight another man. What's pressure in that?
Tim said yesterday he thinks you might be coming back for money, that you've run out of money. Can I just get your thoughts?
I mean, we can check each other's bank. I check it. We can bet some money and check each other's bank account to see.
A couple more questions, guys.
How was your bank account compared to his?
I don't know. Well, I just said we can check and see. If I'm broke, then somebody got to pay up.
Errol, you mentioned on Andre Ward's podcast about your last preparation not being as good as it could have been. Was there a reason you didn't take the rematch?
I mean, a rematch. When was the rematch going to be? Within a year? I wouldn't have been ready. So how would I take a rematch if I'm not going to be ready?
Last question. Terence Crawford's going to be at the fight. How does it feel to have the support of Terence?
I mean, it's dope. It's dope to have the support of everybody coming to the fight.
Thank you guys very much.
Step back.
One more.
So there we go, the world's media speaking to Errol Spence Jr. And first and foremost, glad to hear that he's enjoying his time here in Sydney, Australia so much. Were you suspicious of us when you first came down about how friendly and amazing we are?
Absolutely not. But, you know, I wasn't coming into hostile territory from day one. I've always been, you know, an ally. He's coming into hostile territory. I thought that was pretty funny of him to say, especially Paulie, you're a New Yorker. Like, you know what it's like to, you know, the kind of differences he's talking about between America and Australia. Nonetheless, again, like, you guys really do. You represent yourselves very, very well abroad.
I'm going to have to cut you off again. Sorry, we're going to hear from Tim Tszyu
it's
now.
always me.
A very locked in the Tim Tszyu that we want to see.
I don't think we need to sell this fight. I think it sells itself. So I'm just doing what I'm hired to do. And Sunday is my main job, and that's what I'm focused on.
There's been a bit made about his intention coming to this fight, whether it's the money and that type of thing. Are you the only one taking this fight seriously?
No, he's taking it seriously, man. You get to this stage, you both have to take it seriously, you know?
Do you plan on finishing his career?
Of course. Look, why would I go into a fight if I think I'm going to lose? It doesn't work like that, you know? We're all warriors. We've all got something in here that makes us tick, you know?
He said he's coming back to this fight to prove something to himself, and he's still got it. And they hear about we put a big old full stop on that.
Yeah, of course.
That ends, that really, it's his legacy diminished now if he's already playing that.
Sorry, say it again?
It's his legacy diminished if he's saying he's come back to prove it and you come to prove he doesn't have it.
Yeah, of course, you know. Here to put the full stop to the career.
There's no drug testing in this fight, so
yeah.
He's been out 3 years. Do you have any concerns around what he's been up to?
Fuck, that's a good question. I never even thought of that, eh?
What do you make of it?
There should be drug testing, and I haven't been drug tested either. So there should be drug testing. That's 100%. So, yeah, interesting.
Anything you can do between now and fight day in terms of
what's that?
Anything you can do or would do or would like to see?
Me, I can only do what I can do. But to see something done, look, I think I'm not going to accuse him and think that he's been doing something, you know. I don't know. Honestly, I got no answer for that.
you have any thoughts on what do you think he's done for the past 3 years? Like he said, he's stayed in the gym the whole time. What do you think?
How many holidays has he gone on? His kids, family. There's a lot more to life than just boxing. Let's just say that. In my life and what I'm going through, boxing is number one, number two, and number three, unfortunately. I wish it will change one day, hopefully soon. But yeah, it's just, I think we're in different paths. When you make $20 million in one fight, of course your perspective is going to change. You know, you're going to train or go to the gym, I don't know, to feel good, not to be a warrior, you know. Unfortunately, when I've lost, I've just gone in back to back sparring. I'll keep on going because I need to get to that very, very top till I make my 20 million a fight. So yeah.
Last couple.
Yeah, go.
All good. Well, you win here, mate.
Thank you.
Then we're all going together.
Tim Tszyu there speaking to the global media. I mean, he looks so relaxed, doesn't he, Peter? I mean, to what we were saying before about he's just got that different mentality going into this fight, but listening to him speak then, there's just a real calm and confidence, but a real relaxed vibe to him this week.
Yeah, there is. And look, this is his 31st fight, so it's not his first rodeo. He's done it before. He's fought in world titles. But you know what I like too, team? The weight differential. He's always had to really work hard to get down to 154. The extra 6 pounds is going to make a lot of difference. You guys know this better than me, but I guess, Danny, how big is that an advantage for Tim that he's here at home, only has to get down to 160, and he'll blow up to about 78 kilos, which is pretty ominous.
Yeah, the weight cut is always it's the part that sucks. And it's the most stressful part. It creates a lot of anxiety around your mental state when you're going into the fight. You can hear, you know, the boys up there talking, they're a bit dry-mouthed, so you can tell which ones are cutting it and doing it tough, like Liam Wilson, etc. And they're all going to do it tough, make them weight. But I think this weight addition is going to favour Tim Tszyu more than it's going to favour Errol Spence. That's just my belief.
I think it keeps you in a better mood. You know, fight week, cutting that last cut of fight week is what puts you over the top as far as being in a bad mood. Now, some people might say, oh, you want him in a bad mood, you want him to be in that fight mood. It doesn't matter. I mean, there are guys that can be in a good mood and still go fight. I remember Winky Wright. I never remember Winky Wright ever being in a bad mood, and he was always a very good fighter. So it comes down to the psychology of fight week as well, and that's where these guys really have to make sure they're in the right mental state and make that switch over at the proper time as the fight approaches.
When we're talking about the weight and we're saying who's this more beneficial to, I actually think it's more beneficial to Errol. If you think about it, Errol hasn't had to manipulate that body to get his weight off in so long. So the less that he has to manipulate his body, the better for him. Both of those guys still have to lose weight to get to 160 pounds. I don't know what the kilo is there, but I think it's more beneficial to Errol because he doesn't have to stress himself as much as he would have if it was 58, 57, and so on.
Yeah, can I ask you, Paulie, sorry, Megan, you were the big unknown, the big variable in this fight for me is the age of Errol Spence. He's 36. He hasn't fought for 3 years, as we know, but Paulie, you were 36 when you fought Sam Eggington in your last pro fight. Is that age factor going to slow?
It depends on the wear and tear. You know, there's guys at 36 who are a little better, and there's guys at 36 who are a little worn out. You know, it depends on wear and tear. You had your schedule as well. Sometimes, you know, you can listen. It's two. I look at long layoffs as two ways. There's the version that says, okay, he's fresher, he hasn't taken punches. But then there's the other version, which I think is more realistic too. Reality still ticks. We don't stop aging just because we're not in the gym. Right. Human beings age regardless, so you're going to age regardless. So I never really bought into too much about the 100-year-old saying, you know what, I've not taken any punches. I don't know. Last time I checked, my grandfather still aged, my mother still aged, my parents still aged. Everybody ages regardless. So I don't think you're going to be at your best, but it doesn't mean that at 36 you can't bring your body to a place where you can perform and compete. You know, that's still an age where you can compete. Now, It comes down to the mental state, and it comes down to a lot of it is also what has Spence done in the last few years. Because I think the long layoff to that degree, like what Tim asked a good question. Have you gone on vacations? Have you just hung out? This and that. Your body's not designed to go through that punishment. How was camp then? You just put your body, that's not been designed now to go through that tough training camp, through those tough moments physically. How did you handle that training camp? Or were you training during the break? We don't know. I mean, honestly, that's what Tim was asking too.
And another good part about that conversation there is Errol told us there were moments where in camp he was like, I don't think I want. You know, I think he really did take himself through it physically and mentally to that point of being able to be here now, and we know that he should be.
But are you going through that camp saying I don't want to be here, but then you go through it every day, and are you making a switch, or are you just looking at? Because this happened late in my career too. Are you looking at just getting to the end of camp so you get that payday, where it's like, this really sucks, and it's like I just got to get through it. I just got to get to fight night, and then I get that payday, and I get there. You know.
I came back at the age of 36, so I was old. I didn't shave till I was like 25, so I was a very late physical mature. But I came back at 36 and had probably some of the best fights of my career, 36, 37, 38 years old. So I was very late, but I always only had a year off, and I preserved my body in my layoff. I was always in the gym. So at 36 years old, I don't think it's too old, absolutely not too old. It just depends on how he's looked after, how has Errol been spending the time off, has he been preserving his body? And my old trainer, Angela Hyder, who's got a very, very good boxing brain, made a very good point. Would you rather the 3 years that Errol Spence's had as a layoff, physically and mentally, or would you rather the 3 years that Tim Tszyu's had with a couple of pretty devastating losses and a pretty bad loss to Backroom Medaliziev, etc., and then the Fundora rematch, etc.? You know, what would you rather? So this just that point makes a really, really interesting contest, and it's a 50. I believe it's a 50-50 fight.
I don't even. I'm sorry. I don't think it's even 50-50. To me, you cannot come off of the couch. You cannot come away from family and all the relaxation for 3 years and mentally in 2 months.
Even Danny, you said you've been in the gym. So you were in the gym during that year, right? You said, you know, Errol, we don't know. That's the thing. But I also will make the opposite point, too. There are fights you never come back from. Meldrick Taylor was never the same after Julio Cesar Chavez. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was still good, but he was never the same guy again. There are fights that you never come back from. That's another question. Mr. No Tune-Up, we don't know. Mr. Errol Spence, we don't know. We don't know what he is after the Crawford fight. That was a bad beating. That was a pummeling.
I'm sorry, but in a lot of ways, the no tune-up works to his benefit
because he leaves a question mark and it makes us talk.
But who he's able to fight, the kind of atmosphere he's going to fight in, the kind of money he's going to make. If he had a tune-up, we might have saw a truth. We might not get this fight. He might not get that kind of payday, and list goes on. So in a lot of ways, this was kind of smart on his behalf.
I want to ask you, though, if it's not a 50-50 fight, what is it for you?
It's been 50-50 for me for a little while now. I thought it was 60-40. Errol, I've been swayed both ways, and I'm back. I'm just sitting at 50-50.
You said it wasn't 50-50.
No, because he said, I think he was talking about being able to come back is 50-50, right? Is that?
Sound like me arguing with my wife, but I keep changing my mind.
I'm certain I heard you say yesterday you're in Tim's, you're leaning more towards Tim. So
leave me alone.
Okay.
You know, Sean and team, the one thing you talk about, the psychology of this fight will almost be more important than the skill and the physicality. And I think the psychology for Tim was in his last major fight, apart from the last two where they were basically like sparring sessions, he was too good for them. He quit on his stool against Sebastian Fundora. He said after the 7th round, no more. Now, Brian Mendoza's been sparring with Spence, and he said, in the first round I tagged him a few times, the next day I came back, and those adjustments were made instantly. This man means business. And I'm just going to wonder, when those walk through the fire combat zone moments come, is Tim going to be ready for that? Because Tim did quit, that's the reality, and he's going to have to face that against the best fighter he's ever seen technically.
But I'll say this, Tim quit after going for it. He decided, okay, I'm going to go for it right here. If I don't get him out, I quit. And he landed some really good shots, landed some really good punches on Fundora. And he did fight, and then he said, no, I just can't. It's almost like he made up his mind. I'm not going to go 12 here, but I'm going to shoot everything at this guy. So at least he didn't just